So welcome to Out the Box, the series where we take a brand new product, unbox it, I give you my first impressions and an overview of what the product can do. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the Roland GO LIVECAST, a one-stop shop for all of you who want to start live streaming with your mobile devices. Let's take this thing out the box. Hey, what's up? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I'm Ben Rollins and this channel is all about live looping. Upload 3 videos just like this every single week. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Now in today's video, we're going to unbox the Roland GO LIVECAST. This is a live streaming studio for your smartphone devices, so we can connect our iPhone, our iPad to this little control surface and do a multi-camera live stream. I'm super excited to see how this will work out because it seems like a super convenient solution, literally just using your smartphone devices, this little control surface to switch between cameras, trigger pre-recorded clips, motion graphics, all them types of things. So let's take it out the box. So starting off with the box, Roland's gone for quite a minimalistic look with this one. It's grey and white, very basic colours. Usually they're quite vibrant boxes, like with the RC Loop Pedal series. They're like bright red and super in your face. But this is nice and subtle. A little bit of information on the back. Works with Android, works with iPhones. Now, just a caveat with the Android. From my research, I've seen a lot of people saying the app is not working correctly on the App Store. So if you are running on an Android, be sure to definitely check that they've updated that and it's up and running correctly now. But it's working okay with an iPhone, so we are going to be all set to go with this video. So we can connect obviously our microphones, dynamic and condenser, so it's clearly got phantom power, and then we can also obviously play our audio instruments through the other inputs on the side. But you know, you didn't come here to look at a cardboard box, you came here to look at the actual device. So let's open this up. So there it is. It's actually quite small, a lot smaller than I had anticipated. You know, with the quite large box, then we've got this super light. Wow, that is super light. There's not much to that weight at all. So we've got our quick start guide. I'll definitely be taking a look at this quick start guide here on the channel, and be sure to subscribe because we will be doing a few tutorials over the next few weeks on how to set up this device and get it up and running correctly. So make sure you turn that notification bell to on so you do not miss those videos when I upload them. But quite a small little quick start guide. Obviously Roland are known for uploading their manuals also online if you want extra information there, which I always look at before I do any of these videos. So let's open up the actual Stream Deck sort of thing. This is quite similar to an Elgato Stream Deck on that. If you're familiar with any of the gaming YouTubers, they have a very similar little device like this that sits on their desk and they trigger all their live streaming stuff when they're gaming. But this is basically an iPhone version of that, so you can use it with your mobile devices. And I think it's quite cool because this almost gives you quite a mobile live streaming setup and solution that's super convenient. So let's say, one, you can use this in your house doing a live stream, but also when you can go out and do a gig, you can take this with you. It literally chucks in your backpack. It's so light, literally this thing weighs nothing. And then you can connect your iPhones, your iPads, the band's iPhones to it, and you could do, I believe it's up to 4 cameras with this device, and then you could have the groupies of the bands just sitting there changing the cameras for you, and then you can live stream that to your audience online. So that's definitely really cool what I think Roland have done here. But this is the build quality is not too bad as well, because from the pictures online it reminded me quite a lot of this Yamaha audio interface that I had years ago, and the build quality was a bit, you know, on it. But this is really, really good. It feels great, nice smooth plastic and great design all over. Now the buttons are awesome. They don't click. One of my concerns was, are they going to be clicky buttons? Because when you're live streaming, you don't want that awkwardness of when you click the buttons while you're like not talking or whatever and you're triggering something. So that's great. They have a very tactile feel to them, so you know they're not too spongy, but they're also silent. Now on the side of the Roland GO LIVECAST, we obviously have our XLR microphone input. We can then also turn phantom power on, so if you're running a super fancy condenser microphone, you can supply it with the correct amount of power. And likewise, we can also switch phantom power off if you're using a normal stage singing microphone. And then we have the microphone gain control here, which is great. So if you know it's a bit too quiet, we can turn it up, turn it down. But the great thing is the fact we have this control here, one, it's super convenient because it's a nice big knob that we can turn. But on the other side of the Go LIVECAST, we have an aux in. So this means we can run, for example, audio from our iPhone or like maybe from a mix cable. So we could do a mix in our mixer, run a out into the Go LIVECAST, and then we can set the gain with this independent gain control here, which then means we can set our microphone level and our, for example, guitar level over here, which might be coming from a mixing desk. And then finally, we have a headset input here, so we can either plug in some headphones, a headset, or you could run this to a set of speakers. This is great for obviously checking how the live stream is sounding, just to make sure, you know, nothing is clipping and it doesn't sound like a load of rubbish. So I've just quickly plugged in the Roland GO LIVECAST to have a little bit of a play around with it. I've got my headphones plugged into the headphone monitoring on the side over here. And my first impressions, I have been really, really impressed with this device. I know I've said this already, how I was quite impressed with how the buttons felt, but I did not realize how responsive they were going to be, and also that they illuminated. Literally, they respond so quickly. You can see by how they light up. I'm putting hardly any force into pressing that right down. I'm literally just tapping it and it's playing away. Now, this is how the controls are laid out. So we have background music, some pretty cheesy background music that is provided. Obviously, you can upload your own. We then have a drum roll. We have an audience applause. And then we have our multi-camera switch. So if I had another device connected to the application, this is where we could switch cameras. And then finally, these bottom ones are really, really cool. We have a text layer here, so you can see it says, "Thank you for watching." We can customize this inside of the app, but also we can display some pre-recorded video. So if you needed to have an interlude, for example, you could trigger a pre-recorded video that you load into the app, take a break and come back to the live stream. And also we have a picture that we can also put on the screen, which is super handy if you're maybe talking about something during your live stream. You can actually put the graphic up on the screen. And then up here, obviously, we've got our microphone mute, which is for the onboard microphone or the microphone that you plug in. Now, I was so surprised that this device actually had a built-in microphone. I was totally unaware that this was provided on the device. This is a test of the onboard microphone. If you're getting any value from today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing. So finally, in the box, Roland provides you with 3 cables. These are obviously for connecting the various different devices to the Roland GO LIVECAST. On the back, we have 2 micro USBs. One is for the 5-volt power supply, and the second one is for connecting your smartphone of choice. So obviously, we've got the iPhone lightning cable, we've got the Android connection cable, and then finally, we have our power supply cable. Now, unfortunately, Roland do not provide you with a power plug in the box, which is a little bit of a shame because, you know, if you live in one of those households that like only has one iPhone charger, you could use the plug that's with your iPhone and plug your thing in, power it that way. But if, you know, someone's like, oh, I want to charge my iPhone while I'm doing my live stream, and then you end up arguing over who gets to use the power plug, but you need it for your live cast, and then it's just unnecessary arguments. I really wish that Roland had just provided the full complete package in the box. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see what this product can truly do. We're going to be doing a ton of tutorials over the next few weeks and really putting this thing through its paces. And also, I'm going to be doing a full product review of this device after I've spent a little bit more time with it. But so far, so good. My first impressions with the Roland GO LIVECAST have been pretty positive. But will it stay that way? Only time will tell, I guess, over the next few weeks, and we'll see how the overall user experience is with the device. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I've been Ben Roland, and I will see you in the next one.